Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome and thank you so much for being here today. So as the title says, today I'm going to be talking about how to find God. Now just a quick disclaimer, this is the steps that I used. This is how I actually started getting closer to God. And I just wanted to share it with you. So I'm actually going to be looking at my phone because I have the notes here of like every tip I wanted to bring up. And yeah, I hope you guys like this video. So the first tip when it comes down to finding God is turn to the Bible. I was going to say read the Bible, but it is the same thing. So turn to the Bible. So I have to say I was guilty of this. I mean, some of you might be like, okay, that's a non-brainer, but that's something that I didn't even do. Like I would worship, I would pray. And yes, it is all good. Those are good places to start and look for God, but that is not the main source. You need to turn to the Bible to really find God because the Bible is what? It's the truth of God. It's the word. So just want to let you guys know that for me, it was quite a little overwhelming, especially like if you're not used to reading the Bible. So I would say, a lot of people like to start in the beginning, Genesis forward, but there's also a lot of recommendations to start in Proverbs, Psalms, or even John. Really just start reading it. I would say regardless of where you start, just start opening up the Bible and also talking to God while you read the Bible. Asking God for guidance. The second tip is pray for direction. So I kind of got in that one already, but pray for direction, guys. Like when you read the Bible, when I say pray for direction, I know that it's kind of hard, especially if you're beginning. But what I mean by this is kind of just like ask God full-heartedly, like, okay, here I am. I'm reading your word, God. I want to seek you. Show me where to go. Give me a sign. Give me a symbol. I want to get closer to you. Just really talk to God. Have like an open communication. Because in reality, he's like your friend. You want to talk to God throughout the whole day. And especially throughout the reading the Bible time. So turn to the Bible and pray for direction. The third tip is follow the will of God. Now, this might be a little difficult to understand because if you're new, it's like, how do I know the will? How do I know, what God is telling me? So pretty much when it comes down to this, I would rephrase it and say, let go and allow God. So pretty much like you're accepting that God is in control. Because when we say that we believe in God or when we, trying to find God, we have to confess like, okay, God, take over my life. I give my plans, my desires to you. So pretty much it's kind of just accepting the will of God, pretty much saying like, okay, God, I hand my worries to you. I hand my fears to you, my insecurities, my future to you. And I'm going to allow you to take me where it is that you need to take me because I trust you. Okay, but it's very important to speak it with your mouth and really open your mouth to God and tell him that you accept his will. Number 4, living a purpose-driven life. So I put it like that, but like in reality, what I'm trying to say is be intentional. When you're looking for God, you need to be intentional. My pastor even said this once in service, and it makes a lot of sense now. I didn't really get it 1 second, but he was giving a sermon, and he was like, when you go to a Bible study, you don't just fall into the Bible study. He was actually talking about like discipleship too. Like you don't just fall into discipleship. It's intentional. From the beginning, you have to choose to walk with God, right? You make that decision. So it has to be intentional, guys. And I'm going to be honest with you. Like some people might be like prayer, worship, read the Bible, and it's in that order. The most important thing is setting a time, like making God your priority and setting aside time to really meditate in the word and deal with God. Take time each day, however amount you think is best, and just dedicate that to God. And be intentional, which means, I'm going to be honest, guys. Some prayers might not be answered like this. And some prayers, there's a yes, no, maybe, okay? And I have to say, because it's true, a lot of people think that okay, God is like a genie and all these things. No, we have to learn patience, okay? So I just want to say we always have to be intentional and we have to accept and be patient with God because he's patient with us. And, always keep the faith, okay? And I'm going to be honest, there's going to be some days that it's like, okay, yes, I feel God's presence everywhere. And there's going to be days that I'm gonna be honest, you might not feel it as much. But I'm not saying God is not with you, but you're not gonna feel that way, maybe, right? And that kind of goes back to like motivation. It's not really motivation, it's discipline. Discipline with the walk with God. So that's important. So intentional walk. The next one is I put personal change. That goes hand in hand kind of because like they say actions speak louder than words, right? So you can be like, okay, I want to find God, but you're not reading the word, you're not worshiping, you're not praying, right? You're not trying to get involved in a community to look for God. So it's nice to talk and all, but we need to walk the walk as well. So a personal change has to happen. You have to be like, okay, this is what I want. And you have to really like go after it. Okay. Let's see. I put something else. I have another page. Let's see. The next one is I put meditate on a proverb. But I think, well, no, I was trying to say meditate on the word. So it's going back to the Bible. Like if you want to find God, you need to meditate on the word. I know that we have crazy lives, like some of us are more busier than others, but when we set the time apart in the day for God, we're pretty much saying, okay, God, you're a priority and this is the time I want to spend with you. So try not to just read it through and just try to really meditate it, like really read and think about it, stop and like be like, okay, what is God trying to say in this Bible? What is he saying in this passage? And I would also recommend like writing in a journal, writing down the Bible verses that you read and reading them throughout the week, going over them, because it's important to meditate in the word. And another thing, guys, this is my last tip, is listen, of course, worship and pray. But hey, you could even spend time with God, like on your way to work, okay? Like there's Christian radio stations that you can listen to, do a quick prayer in the car, and listen to worship music. That scared me. I think I turned Alexa on by mistake. Okay. Whoa. But anyways, so yeah, there's music you can listen to, Christian music and all that in the car. And yeah, just take it step by step, guys, and just really be passionate about your pursuit on finding God. So I hope this blessed you. Write to me down in the comments. Tell me what tips you have done or if you're going to use one of these tips. Let me know how your journey has been going. God bless. Until the next time.